Thank you, and welcome to the presentation on benefits of wireless access control integration. I'm Timmins. I'm the EMEA Business Development Manager for the Electronic Access Control Solutions, part of ASSA ABLOY. So just a little bit on myself. I've been in the building controls industry for the last 30 years. I spent most of my working career working on the African continent. I've recently just relocated back to the UK in the last 12 months. I've worked for companies such as Johnson Controls, Honeywell, G4S and Impro Technologies, and that's where most of my experience has been gained. So today we're going to talk about the integration of security systems with other building technologies and why it's important. We're going to look at streamlining operations and connecting access control software with other systems. And we're going to look at boosting security by extending access control across your building or your facility with certain hardware integrations. And then the cost savings that can be achieved by adding wireless access control to your security systems. And then last but not least, a couple of options that ASSA ABLOY can offer to get to this final solution. So, as you can see from the stats on your screen, integration continues to be a hot topic of discussion throughout 2021. This is continuing into 2022. As we're in the infancy of the decade, it has been said that the 2020s will be the wireless decade. From headphones to vacuums, consumers are reaping the benefits. We're cutting their cables and adopting a wire-free technology. So we really are into the Internet of Things. In electronic access control, those benefits include improved cost saving, flexibility, giving facility managers greater control over what the access that people should have where and when in a facility. Using the latest survey trend reports, we can see that over 90% of survey respondents identify the importance of integration across building management functions. Access control is critical in this. Half or more would prioritize electronic access control integration with the likes of CCTV surveillance systems, alarm intrusion systems, and visitor management. The introduction of such security integration platforms is now leading to further unification of security systems under one single comprehensive software solution, which we typically refer to as PSIM, Physical Security Information. However, in practice, deeper integration of building systems remains on the to-do list for many. So what's holding companies and people back? Well, 59% of the survey that was done, it's still a cost issue. 27% of the people surveyed still say it's a lack of technology development for open standards in the industry. For over a quarter of the survey, some 27% as well, one roadblock is the lack of knowledge or expertise. This is highlighting the potential opportunities for market education, cross-functional security management ecosystems, and also service specialization. So what does integration mean for buildings? There are different levels of integration, and of course the levels will depend on the output that is required from the customer. Key to this is the role of the system integrator and the skill base that the system integrator has. System integration involves integrating existing, often disparate systems in such a way that they focus on the value for the customer. This will help with the likes of facility and security managers to take smarter, more informed decisions, increasing operational efficiency, decreasing response times, and increasing data consistency. Data consistency is critical in system integration and allows for the automated exchange of consistent information across the different systems and platforms. For example, one system may be updated with an employee's details, but another system may have different or incorrect information for the same employee. The integration of both these systems might migrate the risk of inconsistent information, improving the efficiency and overall quality of associated business processes. This example could represent a new employee being entered into a HR module of an ERP system, and that information or data is automatically then transferred to your access control application. Security is a key piece of the integration puzzle, as we can see from the slide. The main primary types of security which could be deployed as separate systems consist of intruder alarm systems, surveillance CCTV systems, access control, audio entry, gates and barriers, etc., etc. Although they perform well in isolation, the greatest benefits are when integrating individual systems into a holistic security solution and platform. Integration brings security under central management control. Information from these systems is viewed on a single screen, simplifying safety and security. CCTV, confirmation of alarms of activation of data received from other systems such as access control, smoke detection systems, could provide verification required when security services or emergency services are required to a building or a facility. So access control is a key part of the security integration. The most important advantage of system integration is that it boosts the company's productivity. Working with different systems and programs makes it up a substantial amount of time, forcing the employee to focus on repetitive manual actions rather than the projects at hand. Each mistake made when entering information into a program could lead to serious issues. The chances of making such an error grow significantly with the addition of each new component and system. A high number of programs makes it tough to analyze the way a facility operates. You can't compare or contrast such analysis if you can't figure out the big picture. With different programs working independently, it's almost impossible. The lack of proper analysis can put you behind the competition and lead to unnecessary expenses. With system integration, you can get an all-encompassing understanding of how well your facility is operating and how well you founded decisions about the future for its development. The cost of maintaining different systems can also be expensive. Each program requires certain maintenance, which may need to be done at different times. Coordinating maintenance and upgrades can be time-consuming and costly. Hours spent on total support may exceed the hours the entire system is working. So what do we require from an output from the system? Well, an output from your integrated solution should include reduced energy, one system, one training, not being trained on multiple programs. System, if integrated, should comply to the same security levels all across the same platform. Integrated smart building concept will be enabled. And last but not least, unified look at building data must be and will be consistent across the whole platform. So before we can understand all the benefits that the wireless access control can provide and how it can help improve security, then it is important to look at where we are coming from a mechanical perspective. Most buildings will still have mechanical locking in place. And in fact, it's stated that usually only around 10% of buildings' doors are covered by an access control system. That leaves a staggering number of doors still secured by traditional mechanical methods. The mechanical key has been around since the days of the pharaohs. But fortunately, unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, times have changed. Whilst the mechanical key system in theory is secure, it essentially has lots of flaws. Mechanical security suffers with certain inefficiencies that hinder rather than help. For instance, a mechanical key either opens a door or it doesn't open a door. It's as simple as that. There is no capability at all of setting time control access periods with a mechanical key like you can with an electronic access control system. This can lead to problems of the key control and key management. A recent survey highlighted that 17% of businesses surveyed had been a victim of theft where the perpetrator had access via a mechanical key. Of course, with a mechanical key system, you have zero visibility. So essentially, you don't know which doors have been opened and where the key holder has traveled. And just to complete the misery of mechanical key systems, managing hundreds of keys is an administrative nightmare. Key audits in organizations are very rarely done. Now we have identified just why and where mechanical key systems cause failures around the workplace. Then you can start to see why upgrading makes perfect sense. On our previous slide, you heard me mention some of the pitfalls that your mechanical key can cause. However, it doesn't end there. Mechanical keys, as we have established, have no audit capability, and they leave no footprint of their whereabouts. This lack of audit means they are incredibly difficult to track and trace. The physical key itself, being mechanical, is essentially a piece of metal. But even if you have a master key system, copyright protected, can it still be copied? Yes, it can. 3D replication these days is far cheaper than ever before and more accessible by the masses. With both printers, acrylics being easily accessible from online retailers, the threat of replication through 3D printing is greater than ever before. But despite all the associated threats and weaknesses of mechanical key systems posed, there is no greater threat than the lost or stolen key. This leads to critical breakdown of integrity of the system and ultimately means either you operate with a known flaw or you simply have to replace the system to regain control. So how does wireless access control and the mechanical world meet? Through the important process of integration of wireless locks and electronic key-based digital cylinders. The current slide shows some examples of different types of wireless locks and how they can be implemented quickly and easily. You can extend the capabilities of your security to more doors around your premises and manage everything from a single electronic access control system. Ironically, through this capability, you can control far more than just standard door openings. You open the possibility to control access to things like vending machines, cupboard storage, locker solutions, tool cabinets in a maintenance department, drug cabinets in a clinic or a hospital, external gates. The possibilities become endless. So from a cost savings opportunities point of view, you now know that the potential that upgrades and integrations can deliver, the cost savings capabilities are laid bare for us, and the issue of lost and stolen keys will be removed. Electronic access wireless locking is simple to fit and means that you can retrofit any situation around your workplace. With the added capabilities of padlocks, the opportunities are endless. With the seamless ease of integration, administration of your system is simplified and user-friendly. Cutting down on systems knowledge spread over multiple platforms, you are freeing up the time to be able to manage site security safely and comfortably. You could equip all doors with wireless devices or just some. There is no limitation. The installation of devices is easy and clean. There's no need for cabling. There's no changes to the door. Installation time is much lower than with wired locks. For example, a wireless cylinder can take as little as 2 minutes to install. In addition, setup is quick, straightforward, because there's no database integration required. One more benefit compared to a wired system, you can easily change your mind and remove the product from a door and install it in another location without losing the cost and work of cabling. Wireless door devices can be flexibly installed according to your needs. From a green point of view, wireless doors devices are consuming 70% less energy than a wired lock. Of course, depending on your wired lock. It may have constant power supply to energize it, such as an electromagnetic type lock. Wireless door devices don't need that, only use energy when they're needed. There's no special maintenance required, and depending on usage, a battery should be replaced every 2 to 3 years. This can be done as part of regular maintenance. It may not come to any surprise, but wired and unwired door systems require maintenance to ensure perfect operation. So, intelligent electronic access control systems do much more than just provide access. They can manage and have influence on other systems in a building, such as climate control, heating, lighting, elevator control, time registration, energy management, and a lot more. For instance, which system would be best to tell you the occupancy of a building? No better system than the access control system. So why would you control areas of facilities at 21 degrees and have 100% lighting if those areas are empty? By transferring that information into the building management system, you can reset your set point, you can have it lower to save energy, you can dim your lighting to save energy. Integration plays an important role here, and you can't do it without the integration. This means the system user-friendly and clear for end users and provides the data that the building owner wants. Wireless door devices are an important part of this chain. So, no one size fits all. Also, wireless solutions. ASSA ABLOY has a range of options that ensures that technology is matched to your business or your building or your facility. So let's have a look at a couple of options here. Where is your business right now in the terms of access control? Where do you want to go to? These are two questions that you should be asking for the next steps in procurement and purchasing. If we look at the left-hand side of the screen, okay, do you need to scrap an existing access control system if you have one? The answer to that simply is no. Wireless devices are built on an open platform for seamless integration with almost all security and building management systems. There's over 100 OEM and original equipment manufacturer integrations that are available with the Impro wireless solution from ASSA ABLOY. You can also extend the reach of your existing system easily and cost effectively with a click digital cylinders and digital key solution. If we look at the right-hand side of the screen, ASSA ABLOY has a new eco-based access control solution called Incedo Business. This enables you to choose from a wide range of locks, credentials, and readers and use them all together at your premises. Aperio wireless locks, ASSA ABLOY wired wall readers, and the new Pulse key operated digital cylinders and digital key system. The digital key system from Pulse doesn't even have batteries or wires. It works on an energy harvesting application. Incedo can manage them all together in one system. It's even possible to integrate third-party solutions such as CCTV surveillance, intruder alarm systems, biometrics, etc., etc. So Within the ASSA ABLOY organisation, we have specialists that concentrate on certain product lines and the integration of those different product lines. Myself, I look after, as I said, electronic access control, mainly around the Incido product. Also based in the UK, we have Simon Wilson, who concentrates on the Click Digital Cylinder system. And based in Belgium, we have Pete van der Bosch, who looks after the Apiro wireless lock solution. Thank you, and I hope you found this of interest. And please contact us for any further information.